Hi everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, president of Henry Glass Fabrics. Today I want to show you our October 2022 shipping collection. So let's start off here with Woodland Whisper. This is by Jan Shade Beach. If you remember, her last line was Yellowstone, and that was all about being at the park, so I guess she's sticking with that theme. So we start out here with a 24-inch panel of this lovely scenic, the cabin, and all the different animals around, and I love the way she layers it up with the sky and then the mountains and the animals on the mountain. So really nice job there. Here we go to the blocks. These are, let's say 10 by 10 blocks, I'd have to guess. Cute little selvage here with the stars. But again, you could cut these out or use them as is. We have the bear, the moose, the elk, fox, the moose again, maybe the other moose, the other fox. And then we go to the supporting cast. So we have a stripe that kind of ties it all in together with the cabins and the animals and the outdoor trees. Let's see what's on here. Label and some more stuff. And then we have here the brown ground, kind of like from a further distance. You have the different animals and then the cabins. And then we have the animal heads on that gray kind of wood grain. And then we have those stars in the circles, which is like the selvage. A nice plaid in two colorways. We have the gray and the very light gray. And then we have the tossed all over animals on the white ground with the little crackle, little dots. Here we have the birch trees or just some different tree. And then we have a ground. You could use this as a ground or the soil or the mountains. And then we finish it off with these swirls on black and swirls with white. And then another kind of, actually if you look at this, you could see there's like little flowers in here on gray or little grass growing. So that is Woodland Whispers by Jan Shade Beach for Henry Glass. The next October shipping collection from Henry Glass Fabrics is Treehouse by Kate Maudsley. Kate Maudsley's been working with us for a really long time. And this is a fun little quirky line. Obviously you have your treehouse and all your different pets, but really I love the way she like goes into the ground. It's almost like those ocean prints where you can see below, above, and then the sky. Really nice the way she did that. And then she's got these little cats and birds hanging out down below. Fun little selvage. She did little trees for a tree house. And then let's check out the rest of the supporting cast here. So here we have the fun stripe that, again, you know, that ties everything together. She's got all the different animals. She's got the mushrooms, the foliage, the bunny rabbits, cats and dogs. They're all there hanging out. So now let's go. We have a blue ground with the animals and the tree houses. And then we have like the portraits of the animals, or they have circles around them of different branches and leaves, cats and dogs. And then we have the treehouse scenic with all the animals hanging out in the treehouse on blue. We did these little circles with all the different motifs in there, some carrots, bunnies, things like that. And it's on a cream ground with little kind of white branches. And then we have little squirrel print with mushrooms on a really limey green color. And again, I always like to say this Korean fabric feels so nice. And then we have a black ground print, and it still stands true what my dad told me on the first day when I started working. Everything looks great on black, and this really looks great. The flowers look almost neon. They're really great. So let's move on here. We have a blue ground kind of, this will serve as like a dot, kind of a low volume sort of print. Little mushrooms on a blue ground, little birds, little butterflies, little bees, and then we wrap it up with a white dot, a white pin dot on a red ground. So that is Treehouse. And this one's by Kate Maudsley for Henry Glass Fabrics. Hi everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, president of the Blank Quilting Corporation. Today I'm here to show you our October 2022 shipping collections. The first one here is called Jungle Buddies, and this is a bring back. This was a line that Blank did before we owned them, and we got a lot of requests for it, so we did change it up a little, but you know, a lot of people asked, so we listened. So here we go. It's really an adorable line, like a zoo line or safari line or jungle type line. We got the hippo, giraffe, zebra, monkey, lion, elephant, some monkeys packed in there, tiger, and then little selvage here with the big cat heads. And then let's move on over here to the all-overs. Here we have the packed lion and tigers. Here we have all the characters in there together, packed in. This, I guess, is probably the stripe. So we have all the animals playing around in the grass and in the bushes, and then we have the sky, and then we go into the water, and then we go here. So here we have the packed giraffes, packed zebras, packed elephants, the packed hippopotami, monkeys packed, different skins, all kind of mishmash together, and then we round it off with a nice leafy jungle type print. So that is Jungle Buddies by the Blank Quilting Corporation. The next Blank Quilting October 2022 shipping collection is called Verona, and this is a new basic, and it's just like a little flowery leafy print in here, kind of tone on tone, so a couple shades of the same color, so lots of shades of pink in here, a little bit of red. Here you could see all different shades of purple and blue. Here we have oranges and yellow. These are blues and black, and I want to show you the repeat just so you could see a full repeat instead of such a little amount there. And what's interesting is you could see how many screens there are. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of color. So you have 6 colors and then white. But it's kind of neat. It's interesting to see it's that many colors. All right, so let's move on. So then we have the brown dark color. Then we have the limey greens, the rich forest green, kind of like a sea foamy green or spearmint. And then we have a nice blue color. And then, oh, here, why don't we go here? Sorry, or there. Red, turquoise, gray, light gray, dark gray, yellow, stonewash blue, beige, a dark green or bright green, and then we have black. So that is the Verona Basic for Blank Quilting. The next 2 lines that we have from the Blank Quilting Corporation that are shipping in October are both 108 inch, so I thought I'd do a little twofer where we get them both done on the same video. So here we start off with a line called Darby, and this is digitally printed. Again, all of our 108s are printed in Pakistan. These are 18-yard put-ups, so this is digitally printed, so this is black with multicolor. And again, it's digitally printed because all these colors mishmash together, and it's much easier to print. So we have this one, and then we have the white ground version with similar colors. Then we did the white with gray and brown, and then we did the black with gray and brown. So same idea here, we did one with white and one with black, and that's what we did. So that is Darby 108, and this is Lumina 108. So check it out, we did 8 colors. And here I'm gonna open this one up a little so you could see what it's all about. And again, it's just subtle kind of foliage in there that you could see. But again, nice, quiet, something for your backing of your quilt because people don't want craziness. So we have the gray color, this rich green, the light gray, we have the red, then we go over here to the cream, really rich royal blue or navy blue, then we have brown and purple. So those are 2 108s that are shipping in October from the Blank Quilting Corporation. The next October shipping collection from the Blank Quilting Corporation is called Anthem, and Anthem is by Satin Moon Designs. Really simple concept here, really just kind of Americana, patriotic, red, white, and blue sort of prints. People are doing these quilts all the time, and they're always looking for fillers, or they want to make a quilt just out of these fabrics, but these are very useful, very functional, and these always sell. So here we start off with a red ground, white little flowers and leaves. We have it on blue. And then we have a white ground with a blue flower. We have these little kind of raindrops or dots on the blue ground. And then we have the reverse. We did it the blue raindrops on the white ground, red raindrops on the white ground, little, let's call it confetti or just little dots, scratches, blue on white. And then we have that flower, the white flower on the red. And then we have some great stars. So this is a red ground with white stars and then blue stars that are filled in with little vines. We have the blue version, blue ground, white stars with the red stars and the vines. Then we have these little circles and kind of little lines in there, maybe like streets or something like that. We have red on white, blue on white. Then we have these petals from flowers in red and blue on white. We have the same thing on a red ground with blue flowers and white flowers. We have the same thing on the blue ground with light blue flowers and white flowers. And then we have these fun little arrows that have blue and red mixed in together. And some nice little white flowers with a little bit of blue in there and red on a blue ground. Same thing on a red ground, white flowers with the red and blue dots in the center on the red ground. And then kind of like a splash, blue ground with red and white splashes, red ground with blue and white splashes. So that is Anthem for the Blank Quilting Corporation. by Satin Moon Designs. Hi everybody, Scott Fortunoff here, president of Studio E Fabrics. Today I want to show you our October 2022 shipping collections. We start out here with Painting the World. This is by Lorella Vinci, and we start out here with this awesome 36-inch panel, which is just so colorful and bright, and it makes you smile in the primary colors, and the animals are so cute. And see, they're painting the world, painting, and just having fun. They have all their crayons and stuff like that. So it looks really great. And here, let's see the selvage, little paintbrush, very clever. And now I'm going to show this in a different way. Usually we lay it out, but this is coming in a cap set to me from our supplier. So I'm going to do it this way. So here we have the blue ground with the little raccoon playing with his crayons. We have the paw prints in multicolor and the paintbrushes. Oh. Then we have the blue ground with the little parrots, just kind of chilling out, the little hearts in there. Getting ready to do some painting. Then we have, this is just like the panel, really colorful, awesome, all over, scenic with all the animals painting and hanging out. But these will make any child smile. Oh, another one. Here we have the white ground elephants with the little paw prints in the different colors. The elephants are blue and gray. And then we have another all over of the tiger playing kind of camouflage in the jungle, but getting ready to do some painting. And then we have the underwater print, which is more of the dolphins and frogs and things like that. And speaking of frogs, we have the frogs on the lily pads, jumping around, having fun on the blue ground. And we have little ladybugs kind of just sitting and chilling out on the crayons or pencils or whatever you want to call them, and little hearts popping out of there too. And then we have the little, what is that, like a little monkey? Little monkeys kind of climbing the trees, playing in the forest. And then we finish it off with a nice blue sky print with some nice moons. So that is called Painting the World by Lorella Vinci for Studio E. The next October shipping line from Studio E Fabrics is a fabulous 108. Again, we print all of our 108 in Pakistan, and these come in 18-yard bolts. This one's called Mosaic, and it looks like mosaic tile. So here we have white with different shades of gray. And these feel really good, especially good. I like it. I'm proud of these. And then we have the purple and shades of purple, a little bit of blue in there. And then this is the blue and blue version. And this is our primary version with white and black. And then this is our black and white and gray version. So those are the Mosaic 108s for Studio E Fabrics. The next October shipping collection from Studio E Fabrics is called Spaced Out. And this is a low volume print. This is by Chelsea Design Works. So really just minimal, very open, not a ton of color, but to be that rest, to serve as that white on white print or the little dot or what have you. So let's start right here. So here we have the little cotton label. Very subtle, not in your face, loud. We have scissors with little cuts, a nice flower with just a pop of color, just a little bit to keep it quiet and restful. We did some words, so they're illegible, but very nice and elegant. Little mushroom caps. This is a motherboard, I believe. And then we have little musical notes, just little triangles, and then a little kind of rectangle or just a little scratch on pink. We did cards, little playing cards, and they're all aces. Oh no, they're not all aces. There's some kings and queens in there. And then we did some money. And then we have these little circles. But again, look how subtle the color is. You could barely see it, but you have a little pink, a little blue. And they did a great job printing this. Again, it feels so nice. We did little snails. Then again, a little color, little florals spread out, open. Not a ton of color, a little pink, a little green, a little blue. Then we have these dotted circles that are overlapping. Maybe they look almost like baseballs, but again, very subtle. Probably could use it in a baseball quilt. And then here we have like, I guess it's supposed to be a little skin or just little patches of little leaves or something like that. And then here we have this like mosaic tiles with just little pops of color in there again, the green, the pink, the blue, little flower, little kind of branches and little leaves, the bobby pins. And then these little hearts with some swirlies, little pink, little gray, and then just kind of these exploding circles. So that's Spaced Out from Studio E Fabrics. The next Studio E October shipping collection is So Tweet by Rena Askey. She's a new designer for us. One of our sales reps found her. So here we start off here with a 24-inch panel. It does have the P, although these blocks aren't always panels, but this one, they are calling it a panel, so this is what you get. These are probably about 10 by 10. We're mixing basically a sewing group with different little birds that are kind of sewn, which is really clever and cute. You have your little buttons, sewing machine, the bird again, different bird sewing away, and then some different motifs from sewing, and then you have your iron, press with care, and then down here you have your little bird again. So I'm going to show this in a different way than we usually do it because we have a cap set, and here we have a stripe. Kind of ties all those motifs together, the birds, and then all the sewing items. So then we go to a blue ground with white heart and red stars. And then we go to an all over with the birds, playing around with all the sewing items, the notions and things like that. And then it's on a really light gray check with these little white flowers. Here we have little thimbles on a blue ground with a tiny blue dot. Here we have small blocks they're not quite 2 by 2, but lots of little hearts, and then different kind of quilt blocks, and then there's a couple ladybugs in there. And also it's nice, this is kind of in a red, white, and blue colorway with a little pop of pink. Not quite fully Americana, but you could probably get away with it a little, and some of the prints, like this print, you could use. So here we have some thread, a seam ripper, little pins, and then you have your little ladybug. Then here we have this rich red ground with the needle and thread, a little heart hanging off there too, and the threads are white and blue, different. Here we have a fun sewing scissor. These are blue on a grayish ground, kind of off-white. Then we go back to your sewing stuff, sewing machines, irons, thread, seam rippers, pin cushions, and then here we have this fun print with these different either heart pins or star pins in a cool kind of circular configuration. And that again is on that little light gray check with those little flowers. So there you have it. That is So Tweet by Rena Askey for Studio E Fabrics.